What does it feel like for you guys to be white young men and being so hated in America and blamed for everything and called white supremacists and all this, and you're not able to speak up for yourself? You're left out of the debate, you're left out of the discussion.
It's kind of shocking.
And if you disagree, all of a sudden they hate you even more so, and then they call you white privilege and all that as white men.
I like Nazi the most when I get called a Nazi.
Yeah, they call you Nazi.
I'm Italian.
What is that like in your private moments and when you like seeing all this stuff and hearing this stuff? What does it feel like to walk the earth knowing that you're hated in this manner?
Initially, it's very demoralizing.
Yeah.
You're just like, I must be a bad person.
Surprised by it.
Our ancestors did all this. But I just told Jeff today, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
There's still 1,111 men in their grave in the USS Arizona in Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Nobody's making the Japanese go over this every single day that you attacked America.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying that to them. Nobody's.
I have Jiu-Jitsu shirts with the big Japan logo on.
Yeah, and he's okay to have that, but because we're white.
Yeah.
And it's very shocking. In fact, I just saw a group of little kids were filmed at a school, white kids, and they were all doing the Nazi salute. They were having a Nazi meeting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I know why they're doing that.
Me too.
Because nobody's protecting those
that's
kids.
Right. Nobody cares.
Nobody's protecting them.
They're blaming them for everything, and nobody's showing love to them.
And these kids are like, we got to protect ourselves. They're probably not getting support from their parents.
Right.
So they're looking to the only way that they know in history that stood up for whites, and it's not the right way. But they're like,
hell.
Are
you afraid to speak up as a white man? Are you afraid to speak up when it comes to black people, homosexuals, and others?
The only reason that I'm afraid is that you have to look over your back. I just don't want to get into a physical altercation.
Why not?
I'm not afraid of being into a fight.
I can tell you.
Beau would hurt somebody though. He would hurt somebody and kill him.
It's just like, I don't want to go to jail. If I go to jail, I lose my VA benefits. I lose everything.
Even if you're defending yourself, self-defense?
I have no idea. I just don't want it to go bad, you know. And it's like, it's a scary thing to be like, okay, it's
like Beau doesn't lose fights. That's the thing. He's not going to get into an encounter and lose. If somebody attacks him, it's gonna. If you just come around and see what happened at the afterwards, you're gonna be like, yo, that guy, that's the guy laying down, so he's the one in trouble.
Yeah.
It's never going to go the other way with Beau.
It's just a scary thing. I mean, everybody can lose a fight. Anybody can lose a fight. But if I'm physically attacked because of what happened to me as a kid, there's a switch that goes off in my head, and I'll protect anybody that I know and love, you know, and I'll lay my life down for them. And I think a lot of people would. But it's just a scary time to where I'm like, hey, that's not right. And then there's a bunch of freaking purple-haired dudes looking at you, wanting to do you in. And you're just like, wow.
Did you expect God to take away all your suffering when you became a Christian?
I think a lot of pastors sell that. I think some pastors sell that. Not all.
Right.
But some pastors sell a cush life.
Is that supposed to happen?
No, I don't think so at all. I mean,
I'll
sometimes.
tell you how it does happen, because Christ came that you may have perfect peace. And I'll tell you in a minute.
It's just crazy out there right now.
Yeah, it is. It's insane, but it's so beautiful to be alive at this time to deal with evil, especially when you return to good. It's so good. I'll tell you in a minute, Beau. All right. What are you feeling, thinking right now?
I feel very thankful that I can talk to someone, and we can talk to someone, and we can say, look, I'm scared to be white in America.
Yeah.
And if we get another leftist, which in my opinion, they're not left. They're the modern Bolsheviks. They're communists right here. They're communists on American soil.
Yeah.
And the media is treasonous.
Yes.
The left media, it's treason.
Yeah.
And they're calling Donald Trump Hitler and a Nazi and all this. I'm like, do you know what Stalin did to his own people that followed him? Yeah. He had everybody killed.
But you got to realize
and Trump's
that
just loving people. He's not hurting anybody. And people are just saying this horrible, horrible stuff every single day about him, about us. And I'm like, this is not leading to someplace good.
Yeah, that's not going to go. That's not going to end well.
This is not.
Realize,
it's scary.
It's scary. Their daddy is Satan. So they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
I'm shaky because I'm finally saying the truth. It's scary times.
Yeah, but they're doing their job. They're supposed to push evil, and then men and women of God are supposed to push good, and good will overcome evil. So I see that they're doing what they're supposed to do, and their father has no love. He has no truth. And his mission is to destroy good, because Satan made a promise that he's going to destroy every man, woman, and child. Yeah. So he's using his children to do that. The liberal media, the black race hustlers, the Neville Trumpers, the right-wing Republicans, all these people, they're doing their job. So we should be grateful, and I'll tell you how, but we should be grateful that to recognize they're doing their job. So we got to do our job. We got to overcome evil with good. Okay. What is it like for you to be white, young male, walking around knowing that you're hated because you're a white, straight, conservative male?
It's interesting now, you know, I never was aware of it. I had no idea. Like I said, I was in that jiu-jitsu bubble from age 16.
Right.
You know, I had no understanding of politics or anything. I didn't know what pro-choice or whatever, pro-life, right. I didn't know what any of that meant. Right. I remember in high school being so unaware, talking to girls in high school, and they'd say, I'm pro-choice or I'm pro-life. And I was like, I like wrestling. I don't know what any of this means.
Yeah.
So, you know, when I was like 33, three years ago, and I started looking into this and realizing what's going on, whoa, there's a whole large group of people that don't like Christian white men that are, you know, alpha male-y. And I was like, whoa, I never noticed this.
Yeah.
And it's shocking to me because I've never really like been racist. I don't understand how I can be accused of something I've never really done myself.
Right.
You know?
You realize that they're just doing this to intimidate white people.
Sure.
Keep blacks angry and others angry so they can take advantage of you. They can get the votes and the power.
Yes.
They're doing their job. They're supposed to deceive, rob, steal, and kill.
Well, it worked. I felt, you know, for a long time like something like I should be guilty for something.
Right.
Yeah. And then hearing you talk, and you're like, you know, don't feel guilty for something you haven't done.
And plus, the way they put it out there, half of what they say happened didn't even happen. You know, they just add to the lie, making the lie bigger and bigger and bigger in order to, all this stuff about slavery and Jim Crow.
How do we know which history to listen to?
Most of it is a lie.
How do I know which history to listen to?
Don't listen to any of it. Just let it go in one and out the other, because it has nothing to do with you today.